Well, it looks like Netflix wants very badly to have a neo-western that can do the numbers that Paramount's Yellowstone did for most of its run, to the point where they've gone out and tried to shoot their very own. And you can tell from the first 5 minutes of the pilot episode that this show wants to be Yellowstone, but it won't, because it can't. Mainly because they don't have Taylor Sheridan. Nobody can write a neo-western like he can, and I can say that with my whole chest. And I really liked Longmire. I really liked Justified too, but neither of them were Yellowstone. Because though they both had charismatic leads in Robert Taylor and Timothy Olyphant, and they both had narrative hooks that kept you watching throughout the entirety of the series, they didn't have Sheridan to hand the pen to. And I believe that if not for all the Kevin Costner drama that took place towards the end of the series, that the show would have ended just as strongly as it began. Now, Josh Duhamel tries to put this show on his back, but again, he falls short. And I like him as an actor, but let's be real, he ain't Kevin Costner. Costner brought both a gravitas and an earnestness to John Dutton unlike anything I've ever seen. And unfortunately, it's just not fair to ask Duhamel to do for this show what Costner did for Yellowstone. The show even copies some of Yellowstone's early beats in that Duhamel's Stanton Kirkland loses his wife before the story even starts. But then the show doubles down by taking his son just minutes into the pilot episode. We also see in this story that progress is coming to Ransom Canyon, the same issue that John Dutton was facing in Montana. But outside of the story's macro beats feeling a lot like a regurgitation, the small writing feels scattered, with characters constantly contradicting themselves from scene to scene, from episode to episode, which makes it difficult to get a real handle on what should be taking place as the story unfolds. And outside of people trying to run a pipeline through the area, you can basically boil this season of this show down to a pair of the flip-floppiest love triangles I have ever seen on screen, and I truly mean that. One, including the show's two stars, and the other, a group of teenagers. In fact, the only things I think this show has working for it is Minka Kelly, because I'm not going to lie, I'd watch anything she was starring in or recurring in, and the fact that the entire season is available for stream all at once, so ideally you could get through this in a lazy weekend if you felt so inclined. This show is a cute attempt to follow the game plan that made Yellowstone the best and most watched neo-western ever made, but it can't reproduce Sheridan's feel for the West or what makes it connect with an audience that doesn't know anything about it, and that's what this show is missing. Yellowstone, underneath all the bullets and explosions and its message about gentrification, was a genuine love letter to cowboying, and that's what made it stick. This show is simply a soap opera version that will surely wash off right during your next shower.